Yeah, good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. My name is Haziq Ali. Even if you're watching the replay, give me a replay gang. I said even if. Yeah, if you're watching the replay, give me a replay gang. I'm real. I always get turned up by people that go back and watch the replays. It shows you're special. It shows that you're a little bit different. Uh, it shows that you are investing in yourself, that you care about yourself and where you headed. I want to give a special shout out to the whole LinkedIn crew, YouTube, Twitter. Maybe you're checking in from Facebook, maybe you're in one of our Facebook groups. Who knows where you are, but I want to welcome you to another edition of Good Morning Millionaire. Our whole goal is giving you the skill set, the heart set, but also the mindset that helps you go further, faster, with less effort. This is a good time to check in and rep your city. We want to know what kind of business do you have? You know what I mean? And more importantly than that, how does your business help other people? That's what we want to know. What do you do for the planet? Around here, if you call yourself millionaire minded, then we feel like, you got to serve before you deserve. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Yeah, Vasan, what's up, bro? You got to serve before you deserve. Vasan, know what I'm talking about. South Carolina in the house. You got to serve before you deserve. You know what I'm saying to you, Coach Flono? You got to serve before you deserve. Are you coming out there, Flono? We got the Small Business Expo today. Hopefully, Flono gonna be in the house. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter yet, this is a good time to do that. So make sure right now you open up something and go to millionaireminded.com. Millionaireminded.com, and there's a whole world just waiting on you right there. Millionaireminded.com. Make sure you go check that thing out. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody feeling this morning? Aisha, what's up? Birmingham in the house. Okay, then. Red Velvet Guilty Pleasures. All right, then. And she doing taxes. Okay, then. Dr. Rob Bell is in the house. Serve before you deserve. Another way I put it, Dr. Bell, another way I put it is I say, you got to become valuable and then you become powerful. Ain't that right? You got to become valuable before you become powerful. First you serve and then you rule, So make sure you go sign up for the newsletter, millionaireminded.com, or you can type it in like an affirmation, right? We are millionaireminded.com. We're going to get this party started in about 2 minutes. Let them know where you're checking in from. What city are you in? What city are you in? We want to know. You can also join the text list. Like you text at mill. If you text what is it? At mill 81010. Text 81010 to that number, and then it's gonna put you in a game. Y'all see it down there? That's all you do, and you can stay connected with us in all these ways. When you join the text message system, you always getting quotes you can put on social media. You always get all kinds of fly videos, stuff that you can learn from, stuff you can send to your people. So if you text at MillMind to the number 81010, you join the world's first text message system for entrepreneurs. It's straight personal development. Because, we're like the top 1%ers. You know what I mean? We're the ones that's headed for the top. We're the ones that push mankind forward. Like, you got no entrepreneurs, civilization grinds to a halt. You know what I mean? We the ones that created the airplanes, the automobiles, the iPhones. If you ain't got entrepreneurs, you don't have civilization. You know what I mean? So we need to love each other. We got to take care of each other. You feel me? So let's make sure we on point. Let's make sure we on point. All right, I'm about to call in on this live line right now. Everybody ready? Let's get it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on. Please enter
You feel me?
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Y'all ready? Oh, snap. Yeah, appreciate that, Vassan. Appreciate that, homie. All right. So this morning what we're talking about, right, is what we're talking about is these habits of the super influential. We all know about these influential people who come along and all of a sudden they have an impact on you, right? Even in the world of music, in the world of arts and entertainment, you know, certain people kind of stand out. Certain people kind of are able to. I remember when I was a little kid, this artist named Jay-Z, he came out talking about, you know, he had this thing in one of his songs where he's like, what's the difference between a 4.0 and a 4.6, talking about the Range Rovers. And Jay-Z was like, about 30 to 40 grand, you know, and that was like this joke at the end of the song. But then next thing you know, nobody was driving 4.0 Range Rovers. And then I remember when he started wearing like throwback jerseys and whatnot, then everybody was wearing throwback jerseys. Then he decided to put on platinum jewelry. And then everybody was wearing platinum jewelry. It was crazy, right? But that's influence. That's being influential. And oh, snap. Y'all can't hear me on the line? Hey, Crystal, you still can't hear me? You still can't hear me? Oh, snap. I don't know what happened. Hold up, y'all.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
There are
Okay, here we go.
21 participants in the call. Please enter your. Thank you.
All right. Hopefully we in the house. Can y'all hear me now? Chris, let me know if everybody can hear me on the line now. Let me know. Can everybody hear me now? So we see these influential people, and then all we see is they're outside. We see them innovating. We see them speaking their mind, right? We see them moving themselves forward to bigger and better things. Am I right? Okay, Cindy, I appreciate that. But we only see the outside. What we realize is that it's their confidence that makes this influence possible. It's this kind of like a labor of love that the influential pursue that gives them their magical powers. And even though we're influenced by all of this, most of us are influenced by all these outside factors. You know, as the seasons change, we start to change. The most influential people you know remain constant. You know, they always seem to be driven by something invisible that the rest of us can't see. And what I find is that it's really about 10 different habits that you can emulate. If you decide to work these 10 habits into your personality, then before you know it, you're going to find yourself being more influential. You're going to find that you become a thermostat instead of a thermometer. You know the difference? You know, with a thermometer, what you're doing is measuring the weather. With a thermostat, you're controlling it, right? You find that you become the voice, not the echo. You become the head and not the tail. And every problem that we have in society, if you ask the kid, is the problem of leadership. I don't care if you're talking about a problem in the school system. I don't care if you're talking about a problem in the workplace. I don't care if you're talking about a problem in society. I don't care if you're talking about a problem in politics. I don't care if you're talking about a problem in world affairs. What you're talking about is a problem of leadership. We need more leaders. And so we're going to talk about this morning is ways that you can become more influential in your own life. So I'm going to run through 10 of them real quick. Write these down in your power book. Hopefully you're taking notes. If you have questions about it, you can inbox me. And this weekend's Kaizen Academy, we're going to talk about one of these 10 rules, and it's going to be a game changer. So here's the first one, y'all. They think for themselves. Somebody give me that in the comments. They think for themselves. You got to think about it. Every influential person you know don't give a darn about the latest trend, right? They don't give a damn about public opinion. Is that a fact? That's because they think for themselves. They form their opinions real careful based on the facts, huh? They're more than willing to change their mind when the facts support it now, but they aren't influenced by what other people think. They're influenced by what they know. Can I get a witness? So that's the first one. They think for themselves. They think for themselves, Abe. That's exactly right. Here's the second one. They're disruptive. They're disruptive. Check it out. Influential people are never sort of satisfied with the normal. You don't find influential people being okay with the status quo. The influential people are the ones that are always asking, what if? You know, why not? You should write that down in your comments. What if? Why not? You know, while they're asking why, the disruptors are saying, why not? You know, they're not afraid to challenge conventional wisdom. They're not afraid to challenge what the people say. You know how you know, well, everybody says, or they always say, like, who is they? You got what I mean? The influential don't care about they. And here's the other thing. It's not like they're disrupting things for the sake of being disruptive. Influential people always seem to be disrupting things in the purpose of getting better, on the path to making things much more powerful, on the path to making things more relevant, more sharper, more innovative. Does that make sense? So they're disruptors. Here's the third one, y'all. They inspire conversation. They inspire conversation. That's the third one I got for you. They inspire conversation. When influential people speak, it's like the conversation starts to spread, like when you drop a little pebble in the pond and the ripples keep on going. The ripples go everywhere. Influential people inspire everybody around them to think different. They encourage everybody around them to explore new ideas. Elon Musk is somebody that fits all three of these so far. Is that true? People that you've seen throughout history who are really influential. Whether you're talking about Donald Trump or you're talking about Marcus Garvey, you find that they hit all of these kind of, right? Elon Musk just now came out a truck that makes it like, okay, when you hit the brakes, it charges the generator. So you never have to replace the brakes. And there are 4 different motors in the thing. So if 2 of them break down, so he's guaranteeing the truck for 1,000,000 miles. That inspires conversation, right? That's somebody who's disrupting. That's somebody who's thinking for themselves. And next thing you know, everybody else follows suit. Because Elon Musk came out with electric cars, which he didn't do for the profit, he did it to push the planet forward. You let him tell it. He wanted to move up the timetable that all the other car manufacturers were going to use before they put out electric cars, because our carbon footprint is just insane. But what he does is he thinks for himself, right? He disrupts in a way that makes things better. And of course, he inspires conversation, whether he's going on a podcast, smoking blunts, tanking his stock price, whether he's talking about buying Twitter and then deciding to say, nah, I'm not going to buy it because there's too many fake accounts, and then being forced. I mean, he inspires conversation. But here's the fourth one. They leverage their networks. They leverage their networks. Okay, then. Okay. All right. Here's number 4. They leverage their networks. Influential people know how to make lasting connections. Not only do they know a whole lot of people, but they get to know their connections, right? How good are you at introducing people to each other and making sure that they're adding value to each other's networks and therefore adding value to your own? This makes you influential. Whenever you introduce two people, you're always the most powerful person in that equation. And whenever they meet from now on, somewhere in the back of their mind, they're like, we know each other because Zeke introduced us. You get what I mean? But not only that, when you're influential, you're sharing advice, right? You're sharing know-how. You're making connections between people who you feel like should get to know each other. You ain't just going to breakfast with one of them. You going to breakfast with one, you invite somebody else they need to know, and then you bask in the incredible conversation. Like, I'm gonna start having dinner parties and all of that. I'm gonna have really eclectic groups. I'm gonna have people from this walk of life sitting down with people from this walk of life. We're gonna cater that thing. It's gonna be amazing. And it's going to increase everyone involved influence. All right, here's number five. They focus on what really matters. Influential people aren't the ones that are always distracted by the trivial, by the menial, by the minute. They're able to cut through all the static and all the clutter and all the distraction and not only focus on what matters, but point it out to everybody else. Somebody say, focus and give me a share. Say focus and share this with another entrepreneur. Because here's the thing. When you're the type of person who speaks only when you have something to say, not because you just want to be heard, not because you love to talk, but you speaking because you got something to say, everybody stops and listens. Now you're not boring people by rambling. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, he ended up buying Twitter, but not before he caused a lot of conversation, not before he's on there causing all kinds of debates about free speech and all of that. Of course he bought Twitter because they forced him to, because he already put the word out, and you can't play like that with them people. But the point that I'm making is that Elon Musk is a perfect example of somebody who thinks for himself. He's disruptive in a progressive way. He inspires conversation. He leverages his networks, like he's building science projects out of some of the most world-changing ideas that we've ever seen. Like, he has a company called The Boring Company, right? Not boring in a way like being boring, but he's boring holes and tunnels between major cities so that we can avoid traffic jams. Yo, it took me 90 minutes yesterday for a trip that was supposed to take like 35 minutes because 6 different people had accidents on the highway. Imagine if there was a tunnel system where your car just sat there and then you were flung, right, from New York to Los Angeles, or you were flung from one city to another city underground. It sounds like something from the future, but what is happening is you've got a disruptor on the job. And then here's number 6. They welcome disagreement. See, the thing about an influential person is that they don't react emotionally. Write this in the comments, somebody. Whenever 2 people are having a conversation, the one that gets the emotional reaction out the other one always wins. What you want to do is be the type of person who doesn't react, you respond. Influential people don't go around reacting emotionally and defensively to every opinion that's different from their own. Because influential people realize if everybody's thinking the same, somebody ain't thinking, right? Influential people are meek enough in their countenance to know that they don't know everything. Somebody else might see something they missed, right? And that makes people around them respect them. Because instead of them being some kind of just blowhard who's always full of hot air, so sure of his own opinions, can't listen to anybody else, this person seems open. This person seems aware. This person seems like the type of person that's constantly growing. And if that other person is right, they embrace the idea wholeheartedly. Like, yo, maybe I've been tripping. Because why? They care more about the end result than they care about being right. You got to ask yourself, do you want to be right or do you want to be rich? Because you're never going to get rich from what you know. You get rich from what you learn. Somebody give me that in the comments and give me a share. You get rich from what you learn, not what you know. You get rich from what you learn, not what you know. Influential people know this, and this is why you give them the kind of respect that you give them, whether you recognize it or not. Here's number 7, y'all. They're proactive. What do I mean? I mean, anybody can react, right? What about you being the one that does it first? Influential people don't wait for things like new ideas and technologies to find them. They seek these things out. They combine things that they already see exist and they make it into something brand new. right? They're early adopters. They're the alphas. They always want to anticipate things rather than wait on things. You know, you ever heard that thing? You got three types of people: the ones that make things happen, the ones that talk about what happened, and then the ones that wonder what happened. Well, guess what? The influential are the ones that make things happen. They know what the future is going to look like because they intend to create it. You get what I'm saying? They're influential because they see what's coming. They see what's coming because they're looking for it, and then they spread the word. Everybody with me? Everybody with me? Here's number 8. They respond rather than react. Yeah, Jazz. They respond rather than react. You get what I'm saying? Check it out. When somebody criticizes an influential person for making a mistake, right? Or if somebody else makes a critical mistake, the influential people that you know don't react immediately and emotionally. They're thinkers, right? They use more strategery than that. I know that's not a real word, but you feel me. What I'm saying is, after they do that, they deliver that appropriate response. Influential people understand how important relationships are. Influential people know that when emotions are high, intelligence is low. That's another real good one to put in the comments. That's another real good one that you should put in your notes. Influential people understand that, right? Check it out, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Have you ever recognized that when your emotions are high, it's like you ain't thinking straight no more? When emotions are high, intelligence is low. Influential people recognize that. And this is what allows them to take responsibility. Break that word down and you see it's the ability to respond rather than react. You know who reacts? Animals. You know who reacts? The savage, right? What we're saying is respond. This is what builds civilization. The opposite of savage is civilized. Can you dig it? And so what you're doing when you're influential is you're being civilized. Influential people are the ones that think, and then they deliver that appropriate response. Influential people don't burn bridges to light their way, right? Influential people realize they're like, listen, everybody's making their own decisions based on the best information that they have in front of them. But what influential people are going to do is collect all that information, get a feel for where they should head, where's the trend, how is the wind blowing, you got me? And they're not going to let an emotional overreaction harm their relationships. They also know that emotions are contagious, and overreaching has a negative influence on everybody around them and makes them look at you as kind of like a clown, right? Here's number 9. They believe. You don't get an Elon Musk. You don't get a Martin Luther King. You don't get name me some influential people. Who are some of your favorite influential people? Right? Put them in the comments. Throw them in your notes. So when you go back looking over this, you're like, how can I model this person a little bit more? Because as we teach, if you model the mentality, the character, and the habits, you're going to duplicate the results. This is why we call it millionaire minded, because we know that if you model the mentality, the character, and the habits of the top 1%ers, the next thing you know, you're going to be a top 1%er. It's inevitable. That's the way it works. But here's a big one. What do you believe? Even marketing comes down to what do you believe? And then how do you express it? How do you prove it to others? Like, why would we buy a phone from a computer company? It doesn't make sense, but we do it every day. Why? Because we're buying what Steve Jobs believed. You get what I'm saying to you? He believed that this world belonged to the innovators. He believed in creating a better user experience and a beautiful package. He believed in something. And then what do? We buy into it. That's influence. Influential people are always expecting the best, and they believe in their own power to achieve. They believe in the fact that other people share that same power. And then when they talk to them, suddenly these people believe more in themselves. Can I get a witness? That belief starts to inspire other people around them to stretch for their goals. Can I get a witness? They firmly believe that one person can change the world. And as a matter of fact, that's the only way it's ever happened. And then here's number 10 for you. Influential people are able to build rapport. Influential people are able to build rapport because what they realize is nobody cares how much you know until they know how much you care. This weekend's Kaizen Academy is going to be all about that. If you haven't enrolled in this weekend's Kaizen Academy, where it's called Mind Reading for Entrepreneurs, Mind Reading for Entrepreneurs. And I'm not going to teach you mind reading like, you know, Las Vegas, or like some kind of like a cold reading, like when you walk into that lady house and she looks at your palm and then starts telling you all of this stuff about yourself, like, yeah, I bet you know, you seem like you're shy until you get to know somebody, and then you can be the life of the party. You know, that describes everybody. You know what I'm saying? All of that's gimmicks. They're playing games with you. I could do a whole training just on that. But that's not the kind of mind reading we're teaching this weekend. I'm going to teach you the mind reading questions, the mind reading phrases that you can utter that help you take leverage and help you to build rapport out of the fact that everyone just wants to be connected to. I don't know about you, but a lot of times my best friends are the people that I connect with the most. They're the people that connect with me the most. My best friends are the ones that support and nourish. But before you can support something, you got to even know what kind of, let's say it's a plant. You need to know what kind of plant it is before you can support it. You need to understand it, and you need to feel understood. Does that make sense? And so millionaires, that's what number 10 is for you. They're able to build rapport. So to bring it all together, if you want to increase your influence, you need to freely share your skills, right? You need to freely be sharing the insights that you come up with. And then you got to be passionate in your pursuit of a greater future. You have to decide that the future is what matters. And the essence of influence is that you put our interests ahead of your own. That's the essence of influence. The essence of influence, if I had to put it in one sentence, is the more we recognize that you put our interests before your own, that's the more we will hand you the gift of influence over our lives, aka leadership. Was that helpful, somebody? Was that helpful? How did that feel to you? Check it out. It's affirmation time. Hey, Earl, you in the house, bro? Earl the Pearl, are you in the building? Crystal Clear. Somebody, you want to take these affirmations? Where you at? Somebody gonna handle that for the kid? Somebody gonna handle the influence? Hey, Earl, you in the house, bro? All right, y'all, it's affirmation time. It's affirmation time.
Yeah, we're here. Hold on. Earl's gonna start just a second.
All right, bet it up. All right, good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling good.
And they can unmute themselves.
My man Earl the Pearl gonna take over the affirmations and whatnot. I'm gonna see y'all in the morning. And if you want to register for the Kaizen Academy, if you just want to take just this one class, inbox me, say send me the link, and I'm gonna get it to you. Or if you want to enroll in the entire academy and save money, then you can do the same thing. But this weekend's class is Mind Reading for Entrepreneurs. It's going to be a game changer for you. And if you haven't seen Selling with Questions yet, if you didn't use Selling with Questions, if you didn't watch Selling with Questions, you may want to enroll so that way you can watch all the archives and study at your own leisure. All right, Earl and Crystal, take it away. Good morning, millionaires. Love y'all. And remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will just start to shrink to match your mind.